Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to start an LLC in Texas. And trust me, it's actually a lot simpler than you might think. Whether you're starting a local restaurant, launching an online business, or offering professional services, this comprehensive guide will break down everything you need to know. Now, let's talk about why Texas is such an incredible choice for your LLC. You see, the Lone Star State has built quite a reputation as a business powerhouse, and there are some really compelling reasons for that. First and foremost, Texas has one of the fastest growing economies in the United States. So when you form your LLC here, you're basically positioning yourself in a market that's absolutely booming with opportunities. And get this, while Texas does have a franchise tax, it only kicks in when your revenue exceeds a certain threshold, which means many small businesses actually end up paying zero franchise tax in their early years. Another huge advantage, and I mean huge, is that Texas has no state income tax. This is actually a pretty big deal because it means you get to keep more of your hard-earned money. And when you're just starting out, every dollar counts, right? The business-friendly climate here is seriously impressive too. You see, Texas has consistently ranked as one of the top states for business growth and development. The state government actually goes out of its way to support new businesses, offering various programs and initiatives to help entrepreneurs succeed. Plus, Texas has this amazing combination of relatively low cost of living, especially compared to states like California or New York, and high quality of life. So if you're planning to actually live where you run your business, you're looking at some pretty significant lifestyle benefits too. Now, before we dive into the actual formation process, let's talk about one of the most exciting parts, choosing your business name. And honestly, this is where a lot of people get stuck, so I'm going to give you some really practical tips here. First things first, your LLC name has to be unique in Texas. The state actually has some pretty specific rules about this. You'll need to include limited liability company, LLC, or LLC in your name. But here's a pro tip, bro. Before you get too attached to a name, you should absolutely check if it's available. You can do this really easily through the Texas Secretary of State's SOS Direct system. And here's something a lot of people don't think about. You might want to check if the domain name is available too. I mean, in today's digital world, having a matching website address is pretty much essential. You can use services like GoDaddy or Namecheap to check domain availability. Now, speaking of requirements, every Texas LLC needs what's called a registered agent. And this is actually really important, so pay attention here. A registered agent is basically your business's official point of contact with the state. They're the ones who receive all your important legal documents, tax notices, and official correspondence. You know what's really convenient? If you're using Taylor Brands to form your LLC, and you can find a great discount link for them in the description below, they actually include registered agent service in their packages. This is super helpful because it means you don't have to worry about finding a separate registered agent or potentially exposing your home address if you're running a home-based business. The thing is, your registered agent needs to have a physical street address in Texas, not just a P.O. box, and they need to be available during normal business hours. Now, while you can technically be your own registered agent, I usually recommend going with a professional service. They're reliable, they protect your privacy, and they make sure you never miss important documents. Speaking of professional services, I want to mention again that Taylor Brands is a fantastic option for handling your entire LLC formation process. They've got some really competitive pricing, and you can find an exclusive discount link in the description and pinned comment below. Now, let's talk about the next crucial step in forming your Texas LLC. Now, when it comes to filing your articles of organization with the Texas Secretary of State, you've got a few options. The fastest way is filing online through SOS Direct, which typically processes within 2 to 3 business days. If you prefer mail, that's fine too, but expect it to take about 5 to 7 business days for processing. Speaking of the articles of organization, you'll need to include some crucial information. This includes your LLC's name, of course, but also your registered agent's details, your business purpose, which can be broad like any legal business, and whether your LLC will be member managed or manager managed. The filing fee is $300, and honestly, that's pretty standard compared to other states. Now, I highly recommend using Taylor Brands to handle all of this for you. They'll take care of the entire filing process, plus provide registered agent service for your first year. You can find a special discount link for their services in the description and pinned comment below. While Texas doesn't legally require an operating agreement, trust me, you absolutely want one. This document basically acts as your LLC's constitution, spelling out how your business will run. It covers everything from ownership percentages and voting rights to how profits get distributed and what happens if someone wants to leave the company. Even if you're running a single member LLC, having an operating agreement helps establish your business as a separate legal entity, which is super important for maintaining that liability protection we talked about earlier. Next up is getting your EIN, or employer identification number, from the IRS. Think of it as a social security number for your business. The good news? It's completely free, and you can get it online in about 15 minutes through the IRS website. You'll need this number to open a business bank account, hire employees, and file your taxes. One quick tip though, make sure you have your operating agreement finished before applying for your EIN. The IRS might ask questions about your business structure, and having that document ready makes the process much smoother. Now, here's where things can get a bit tricky in Texas. Depending on your business type, you might need specific licenses or permits. For example, if you're opening a restaurant, you'll need health permits. If you're starting a construction company, you might need contractor licenses. The best way to figure out what you need is to check with your local city and county offices, plus the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation website. And honestly, this is another area where using a service like Northwest Registered Agent can be super helpful. They can point you in the right direction for the permits you need. Remember, you can find their discount link in the description below. Let me share some common pitfalls I see people run into when forming their Texas LLC. First, don't skip the operating agreement just because it's not required. That's like driving without insurance. Technically legal, but not very smart. Another big mistake is mixing personal and business finances. As soon as you get your EIN, open a separate business bank account. This keeps your personal assets protected and makes tax time way easier. Also, don't forget about ongoing compliance requirements. Texas requires you to file an annual franchise tax report, even if you owe no tax. Missing this can result in penalties or even the involuntary dissolution of your LLC. Once your LLC is officially formed, there are a few more things you'll want to take care of. First, set up that business bank account we talked about. Then consider getting business insurance, general liability insurance at minimum, but possibly more, depending on your industry. You might also want to think about creating a business website and setting up your accounting system. Taylor Brands actually offers some great branding and website services that can help with this part of the process. Again, check out that discount link in the description. Remember, forming your LLC is just the beginning of your business journey. Take it one step at a time and don't hesitate to reach out for help when you need it. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this guide helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more business tips and tutorials. Drop any questions you have in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. Good luck with your new Texas LLC.